Today the Senate came to hold its meeting in Isiolo. This is a Public Accounts Committee of the Senate. And my name is Moses KAJWANG, Senator for Homa Bay. I'm the chair of the committee. I've been joined by the Senator for Kisii, Senator Onyonka, the Senator for Nandi, Senator Cherargei, the Senator for Isiolo, Senator Fatuma Dulo, the Senator for Busia, the one and only Okia Omtata, and also nominated Senator Mariam Omar. We came here to establish what devolution has done in changing the lives of the people of Isiolo. Today being International Women's Day, we were keen on having a conversation with the governor of Isiolo to find out how his interventions in critical sectors like health, trade, water, and early childhood education have improved the lot of women in Isiolo. We had written in advance informing the governor of our coming to Isiolo. Unfortunately, when we arrived in Isiolo, the governor was a no-show. We have not received any explanation as to his whereabouts. The Senate has taken serious reservations about the absence of the governor. The Senate, sitting in the County Assembly chamber, made a number of resolutions. The first resolution was a reprimand to the governor and the entire county executive for failing to respond to the issues raised by the Auditor General and for failing to appear before the Senate committee. Number two, the Senate, invoking its powers drawn from Article 125 of the Constitution and the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act, has imposed a fine of 500,000 shillings on the governor for Isiolo for failing to appear before the Senate, having been invited as a witness.
Money to be paid from
and that money must be paid from his personal account and not from the revenue fund of Isiolo County. Number three, the Senate has also invoked its powers to summon or to compel the appearance of the governor before the Senate by means of summons. The date, place for the summons will be communicated in due course, but we will also be instructing the Inspector General of Police to make sure that the governor appears before the Senate, failure to which he will have to be arrested and forcefully presented before the Senate. Now, all this was not necessary because we did not come on a witch hunt.
Correct.
And we did not come to do local politics. We came to see what the money that Senator Dulo and the rest of us have been fighting for to come to the counties, what that money has done. We went to see the county headquarters, a very grand project that has been on for the last 6 or so years. Unfortunately, they could not even allow us to go in. We went to the market. We found the market has been stuck for many years. We've gone to the stadium. We found the stadium is a white elephant. We have come to the dispensary here. We have found that it has become a slaughterhouse rather than a place for treatment of patients. We have gone to the mortuary. We have found that you have a mortuary where even the cooling systems are not working. And they were blaming us for turning off electricity, saying that it was working before we came. This is not the promise and dream of devolution. The people of Isiolo are Kenyans. They deserve better. They deserve quality health care at the same level as the people of Kisii and the people of Nandi. The boys and girls of Isiolo deserve their talents to be nurtured the same way as the people of Homa Bay through provision of facilities like stadia. The women of Isiolo do not need to walk long distances to go to hospital. If we have built this, let us finish it, let us stock it, let us have human resource in it so that our women and youth can get treatment. Senator Cherargei will say it, but he said something that I found very interesting, that in Isiolo, maisha ni ngumu kama uko hai, na hata kama umekufa unapelekwa kwa ile mochari, maisha bado ni ngumu. It should not be that way. So we are going back to Nairobi very disappointed at the state of affairs, but to the people of Isiolo, the Senate will not leave you alone. The Senate will be on your side. When we send the money to the county, we are not sending it to the governor and the bosses. We are sending that money to benefit you. You are lucky to have a senator who has always fought for Isiolo. That county headquarters that is told, it is Senator Dulo who fought for Isiolo to be among the counties that were benefiting from that conditional allocation. The county assembly, the ones who have disappeared on us today, it is Senator Dulo who fought for the county assembly to get an additional 60 million for them to complete their premises. When the politics of one man, one shilling, one vote was there in the last parliament, it is Senator Dulo, alongside other gallant senators, who stood firm to ensure that Isiolo was not losing out on revenue. If Senator Dulo wouldn't have spoken out, Isiolo would be receiving 2 billion Kenya shillings, not 4 billion Kenya shillings. The Senate exists to protect and defend the interests of counties and their governments, but where the county government's interest is at odds with the interests of the citizens, the Senate will stand with the citizens and will call out the county government. And the county government is the assembly and the executive. Leo wamepotelea mitini, hatujawaona, and as they say in English, the guilty is afraid. And why would they be afraid? They should only be afraid if they are committing illegalities, if they are stealing, if they are doing all sorts of bad things here in Isiolo. Finally, we have declared Isiolo a crime scene because there's nothing that we have seen that seems to be working. Being a crime scene, we will be calling the EACC to come here, the Office of the Auditor General, the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, and if these organizations cannot make sure that resources are properly utilized, Senator Mtata has advised us that we could still push for either dissolution of this county government or push for suspension or stoppage of funds to Isiolo County. Kwa Kiswahili.